Good afternoon. Hope you're having a great day. Been meaning to come on, but just got to it now. So, I think about this a lot, and life is part journeys and part obstacles that come in the way of your journeys and, so to speak, stumble you on the way. And the obstacles are the things that really stress people out, the challenges, those things that don't allow you on the path you want to be. This week's Torah portion, we read about something so beautiful. You see, the last verse of the book of Exodus, which we're going to read this Shabbos in Shul, and at the end, everyone's going to stand up and say, Chazak, Chazak, V'nis Chazek, be strong and be stronger. The last words are that the Torah tells us that the cloud of God traveled with the Jews on their journeys by day and the fire by night, and the last words are L'chol Ma'aseihem, to all their journeys. Now Rashi's troubled here because the cloud and the fire were not just with the Jews when they journeyed, but also when they stopped on the way, sometimes for a day, for a week, for a month, for a year. The Jews had to stop. There was an issue. There was a challenge. The cloud of glory and the fire were with the Jews then also by day and by night. So Rashi right away brings the words L'chol Ma'aseihem, to all their journeys, which is the last two words in the book of Exodus, and he says that this also includes their stops and their times when they were put in one place, because those are all part of the journey. And therefore, although the verse says L'chol Ma'aseihem, for all their journeys, it includes also those stops that they had. Comes along the Rebbe in a genius and beautiful interpretation, and the Rebbe says like this: Rashi's teaching us such an important lesson. What Rashi's telling us is that, those obstacles you have in life on the way of your journey, you get into a car accident, you're called, you get a speeding ticket, someone falls, you lose your job, your house falls through that you wanted to buy, all these obstacles and challenges, and you're frustrated by them. They're just obstacles on the way to your journey. Tells you, Rashi, no, what the verse is telling us is that is part of the journey. Don't be scared of the obstacles. Don't resent them, because that is part of the travel, the journey of your life. The first words of the book of Exodus are Ve'ele Shemot B'nai Yisrael. These are the names of the Jews as they traveled into exile. An exile that lasted hundreds of years through so much challenge and pain and suffering. And it ends off with the words L'chol Ma'aseihem, to all their journeys, letting us know that even the travels into exile and even all that occurred in Egypt wasn't just an obstacle. It was part of the journey. They grew from it. They learned from it. It was part of what was meant to be and allowed them to become the nation and the people they were. It's obvious without even needing to explain it. But think about October 7th and think about what we've been through. I'm part of this journey. But yet look at what's become of the Jewish nation: stronger, more united, more committed to making sure that the Jewish people have a safe place to live and to be for eternity. That's the words. And right after we say L'chol Ma'aseihem, to all their journeys, we say Chazak, Chazak, V'nit Chazek. Be strong and be strong. Everyone will stand up, as the Chazan says that verse this week in Shabbos, and as the Torah reader says it, because right afterwards we will say Chazak, Chazak, V'nit Chazek. This gives us strength to journey on when we recognize that those obstacles are part of the journey. Shabbat Shalom. See you tomorrow.